Welcome to Daily FM. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment for more novels like this. My Supermodel Wife, Chapter 2. Caught red-handed. The next day, in a cafe located on the ground floor of an office building owned by the Wijaya family, the employees were taking their lunch break. A young woman was sitting alone at a table by the window. Her slender fingers tapped the surface of the table as if to express her irritation. Lilia looked strikingly outstanding with sunglasses, a t-shirt, and denim pants that looked casual. She watched the cafe door while drinking a glass of caramel macchiato. 15 minutes had passed after their agreed meeting time, but Jean had not shown up either. Lilia frowned, wondering if the guy was just playing with her. While Lilia was grumbling about Jean, a man entered the cafe. The scrawny man was wearing a gray coat and glasses with a gold rim. "Mr. Kenny." The employees who were enjoying their coffee immediately greeted the man with great respect. Lilia only glanced at the man named Kenny for a moment before looking back at her cell phone. She considered calling Jean one more time, but the voice of a soft, polite man interrupted her thoughts. "Excuse me, are you Miss Lilia?" Lilia looked up and saw Kenny standing in front of her. She nodded. "I am. Do you have business with me?" "Let me introduce myself. I'm Kenny Sudna, President Jean's assistant. He asked me to take you to his office upstairs. You can wait there until the meeting is over," Kenny explained with a friendly smile. He was the exact opposite of his arrogant boss. "Okay." Lilia nodded and took off her sunglasses. "Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Kenny." No, it's not that troublesome. You can just call me Kenny," Kenny said with a friendly smile. Kenny escorted Lilia to Jean's office. The extremely cold air immediately greeted Lilia the moment she stepped into the room. "Is the AC broken here? This room is too cold," she thought. In just a few seconds, Lilia started rubbing her hands together to keep them warm. The thin t-shirt she wore couldn't handle the cold. Kenny acted as if there was nothing wrong with this situation. After making sure Lilia was comfortably seated on the sofa, Kenny put a glass of water on the table. "Miss Lilia, please wait here. The meeting with President Jean will be over soon." "Thank you." Lilia nodded. The temperature in this room is too cold. Can it be increased?" "We're sorry, but President Jean forbids us from touching anything in this room." Kenny politely refused his request. Lilia could only nod in return. Kenny then said goodbye before leaving the room. After a while, Lilia became bored and began to pay attention to the contents of the office. The furniture in this room was made of solid wood and looked expensive. A large glass window on one side of the room made it easier for sunlight to enter, but the curtains were closed. A large shelf filled with foreign books covered the left wall. Overall, this office looked practical but elegant. Lilia's gaze fell on Jean's desk. The surface of the table was covered by a neat pile of documents. A photo frame among the pile caught Lilia's attention. Lilia couldn't imagine an arrogant man like Jean decorating his desk with photo frames. The frame's color was sky blue and looked childish. Her curiosity emerged. Lilia turned towards the door and strained her ears. In this silent room, only the hum of the air conditioner could be heard. After confirming that the situation was safe, Lilia stood up and approached the table. After 3 steps, Lilia stopped in front of Jean's table and reached out to the simple-looking frame. Her slender fingers reached for the frame. She flipped the frame to see the photo inside. For a moment, Lilia couldn't believe her eyes. A young woman smiling gracefully looked back at her from the photo. The woman was wearing a dress that had become popular several years ago and was walking on the fashion show stage. The woman's face looked familiar. It was the face Lilia always saw whenever she looked in the mirror. In other words, it was a photo of Lilia herself. Before Lilia's mind could digest this fact, the office door swung open. Lilia jumped up and turned towards the door, causing her black hair to flick to the side like an open curtain. The owner of the room walked in, draped his black coat over his arm. Jean was unbuttoning the top of his white shirt when he saw Lilia. The two of them looked equally surprised. Then, Jean's gaze fell on the frame in Lilia's hand and his eyes turned sharp. Lilia gripped the frame tighter as she asked in a cold tone, "Why did you have my photo?" End of chapter 2. Daily FM, please like, subscribe, share, and comment for more novels like this.